So it's interesting because not all of the police departments that are doing these types of angel programs are exactly alike. And so they can be tailored to whatever your community needs. So being able to talk to somebody else and know that they've already kind of trudged through the mud and the muck to get rid of all the landmines, or at least to let you know where they are before you step on them.
Several years ago, we had heard about a LEAD program out in Seattle. One of our detectives, again through a grant opportunity, flew out to Seattle just to kind of see how law enforcement assisted diversion programs worked. Again, Seattle, the community of Seattle is not the community of Waynesville. So we learned a lot out there, what would work and what would never work in Waynesville.
Yeah, first of all, I had no clue what I was doing. But one of my first meetings was with the local district attorney, Robert Evans. And he was very on board with what I was trying to do.
We want buy-in from the community. We want, if we initiate a program here, and I think the community is well educated in the dangers of opioids, but a program like LEAD, where we're diverting individuals from the criminal justice system into treatment, we want there to be community buy-in, where Seattle may say, you can have up to 7 grams of heroin and still go into the LEAD program. We knew that would never be acceptable in Waynesville, and we wouldn't get buy-in from our own officers. So we looked at what they were doing out there, took what we thought that would be acceptable here, and came back and then looked at Albany, New York, Santa Fe, New Mexico, some different places that had initiated LEAD. And again, took portions from each of those programs to try to tailor it to a program that would work here in Waynesville.
One of the tenets of our program is that if you come in and you have drugs or paraphernalia on you when you come into the program, we don't charge you or ask you any questions about where you get your stuff from. And so he was fully behind that, to allow people to get in with unobstructed without having to worry about charges or anything. And right now, I think when we started our program, there were probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 35 programs across the United States, and we were the first one in the state of North Carolina to do it. But now there's over 500.
Well, our LEAD program actually just started in the past 2 weeks, so it's a gradual thing we're doing now as far as just getting a few people in there. You know, if the LEAD program, if it's an officer referral, drug enforcement is still a major part of what we do every single day. I don't want a chief or a police department or a community to think, oh, well, they're doing diversion to treatment instead of putting them in the criminal justice system. They forgot about enforcement. We still enforce our drug laws very, very vigorously. If you're out here selling drugs on the street, if you're victimizing others, you're going to jail. You're going to prison. That's where you need to be.